Morning, happy Tuesday. Book review day. Today's book is James Bridle's Way of Being. And I walked into a bookshop in Linden Hills, Minnesota, and I had kind of five books in mind that I was interested in, and I was kind of looking for on the shelf, but the cover of this one just kind of jumped off the shelf at me. And I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover and whatever, but in truth, you do, right? I mean, it's your first glimpse of it. You get the image, you get the title, you get the author's name. Obviously, all of those things are cues that you look for about whether or not you're going to be interested in it. And this one, not only did the cover grab me, but then the subject: animals, plants, machines, search for planetary intelligence. I've been reading a lot of stuff and listening to a lot of things about AI and kind of machine learning, and also the early years of the computers. And so this just happened to be right up my alley. And I'll say, like, it delivers. I'd never heard of this book before, but pretty quickly I realized it was going to be something I was interested in, and reading it really has been a joy. And my friend Dan refers to these kind of books as a thinky book. He would not take it to the beach necessarily. I probably would, because that's the kind of stuff I like to read. But it is very sciencey, and I mean, it's very well written also, so it's engaging and interesting. And one of the things that I love is every chapter Bridle goes through and kind of dissects an aspect of intelligence. And, so chapter one, he really spends some time talking about how we measure intelligence among animals and how unfair that might be, because, we do like the mirror test to see if how they react to the reflection. And then sometimes we put a mark on their head and see if they notice that something is amiss. Um, and how some animals engage with that and some don't. So for a long time, elephants failed the mirror test, although we knew they were highly intelligent, and so we didn't understand why until somebody thought, like, oh, maybe we should give them a bigger mirror, or put the mirror up higher where they might see it. And there were like kind of tool tests, where orangutans and gorillas would engage with tools, but some of the smaller um, apes and primates that live in trees were not. But as soon as they put the tool up above them, then suddenly they engaged with it. So, so much of what Bridle does in this book is challenging, thinking about intelligence and how we measure that, and how very human centric our gauges are. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's what we know, um, but then there's a chapter, probably my favorite, is the one where he talks about plants and their intelligence and how they learn and how they interact with one another and how they engage with the outside world. Which are things I knew. Like, I knew trees have circuits, and I mean, not circuits, but networks of communication. And obviously, I've seen plants react to different things, stimuli, and whatever. And so the chapter, Wood Wide Web, really investigates that. He takes some time and just kind of digs in, and talks about different studies and the different ways we can see plants react. So, anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely recommend James Bridle's Ways of Being. Thanks. Have a great day.